Good morning, y'all. Welcome back to VW Family Farm. Well, all that nice weather we were having and I was outside cleaning and getting stuff done, it's gone. It's cold, but that's okay. Winter's supposed to be, right? So we are out here preparing for the next storm because it is coming literally in a matter of a few hours. So gonna get a few things done. Thought I would give you a glimpse of some of the animals you haven't seen in a while, and just get ready because winter's coming back.
Lovely.
They love you.
I love getting me dirty.
Tell them what they like to do.
I never get dressed before I come out here. Like, I always have my pajamas on because they always nose the back of my legs.
Both legs.
Both of them. I don't know why, because I'm feeding
They're
them.
hugging you. They love you.
Yes.
And if they don't know, do you agree pig poop is the nastiest smell?
It smells so incredibly bad. I cannot describe it. It's just...
And it stays for days.
Yeah, you're not getting rid of it.
Y'all are watching, aren't you? Oh man, you pretty. Look at you. There's no tricking them. Love that sound. We're all gonna strut. So we built the turkeys a pen. I love these turkeys, by the way. We're actually bartering 2 of them to somebody. We may process a couple, but other than that, we're keeping them. And we've got them a pen. They've got shelter, food, water, all that, but they just fly in and out at will. So they kind of just have made themselves free rangers, which doesn't bother me other than the fact I don't want something to get them. But I've got to get those put back up and fed and watered because we're expecting heavy rains later and then snow tomorrow. So got to get them taken care of. So I'm walking out here to get some turkey feed, and I just thought I'd give you a little update on those pigs I showed you at the beginning of the video that Emily was feeding. They're doing amazing. Those are the pigs. There's a couple old spots out there, and the rest are the ones we brought in that were culls from a show pig farm. They actually were the ones that we think probably brought the sickness in here to our farm, but everyone out there seems to be doing amazing. Hopefully we're over that hurdle. All the pigs are doing good, everybody. So while I'm out here getting the feed for the turkeys, I'm gonna show you the pigs out here because everyone's recovered. So thankful that we made it through that. That is, oh, there was a couple days there where we thought we were gonna lose Big Daddy, our big boar. And if you missed all that story, they brought in something and just pen after pen after pen started getting sick. It was pneumonia, but not all pigs cough with pneumonia. So you really just need to be knowing what you're looking for. You can go back a few videos and watch some of those if you're new to pigs and need some pig advice, for lack of a better word, on what to look for, because you definitely have to be on top of pigs' health this time of year or you will lose one quickly because they are kind of fragile when it comes to pneumonia. That's pretty much the main thing we've had to deal with pigs, but it can be devastating if you don't know what you're looking for. So let's take a look at Big Daddy. So he is doing awesome. He is pretty much fully recovered. He's back out in the pasture with Short Tail. You can see she's doing good. She's going to be dropping piglets this winter, probably in the next month or two. So we just keep an eye on her. We know some signs to look for to tell she's getting close. We keep our boar with our sows, so we don't ever know like an exact date that she got bred. Sometimes we do if we actually happen to are outside and see it, but other than that, even then you don't know if it took for sure, so you have to wait 21 days to see if they come back in heat. So we pretty much leave them together. They don't like to be separated, and then we just watch when we know it's getting close to time that she could be delivering. We start watching her. And there's Big Mama. Yeah. Hey, pretty girl. She's doing awesome. She got pretty down and sick, but you can see she's got 6 babies left. We wound up actually selling one of her piglets that we left as an uncut boar to one of you guys, to a subscriber, and it was so awesome to meet them. Sweet family, and that piglet went to a very good home. Going to be a good breeder for them. So that's the pigs. The only other pigs are the ones back in the woods. It's Dot, and then 3 that are going to be processed actually in the next couple days. So that will be the beginning of the pork that we can sell by the pound for VW Family Farm. So excited! And on that note, we are working with a company called Barn to Door. We have actually already contracted with them. They're setting us up a website, a web store. It's going to be so convenient to order, and we are going to try to ship. We're going to try to do local routes as well, so pass the word if you're in Arkansas. So really excited about that. Dot and the pigs back there are doing awesome. I'm not going to take you back there because they're quite a ways back there, but they never did get sick because we kept them way far away from everybody else. Now that the sickness has passed, the ones up front that I showed you will be going back there with Dot, and the other 3, like I said, are leaving. So it will just be Dot and all the feeders back there. So let's go feed some turkeys and catch some loose ones. I'm actually feeding them our chicken feed, which we have completely switched to non-GMO. So that is such a huge blessing, such a goal we've wanted to do for a long time. On to the next chore. Another group that likes this non-GMO chicken feed is the ducks. Haven't showed you guys those in a while. Had people asking, so let's go check them out. So you can see the ducks are doing amazing. We still have pretty much all of them, if not all of them. We might have lost one along the way. But one thing that's played into our favor over the years, we used to lose a lot of animals to predators. We used to lose a lot of our garden to things like deer and raccoons and things like that. But the fuller our homestead has got, there is animals everywhere surrounding this property. There's dogs, as you've probably heard in this video, barking at some point. All those things, having your homestead surrounded, your gardens surrounded with pens of animals, that keeps predators at bay pretty well. If you butt up next to like a big wide open field or some woods especially, although that can't be helped sometimes that's a recipe for problems. So as I'm out here getting ready for this next storm that's coming, this next flash of cold weather, getting all this done, it can be a lot. You see the things I showed you today. While I was out doing those, Lane and Emily are out doing all kinds of other things with other animals, feeding cows, putting out hay, all those types of things. Just even if you don't have animals, just getting prepared for cold weather with your outside faucets and all kinds of chores there are to be done. So one question, it's probably our #1 asked question on our YouTube channel, is how do you get Lane and Emily to help you? So before I even dive into that, let me just make a disclaimer and just make you all feel a little bit better that we have our bad days here too. We have days where everybody's not jiving, we're at each other, someone's in a crabby mood, or just whatever the case may be, didn't get enough sleep, you name it, the list goes on and on, just like everyone else. But while I was thinking about answering this question, here's a few of the things that came to mind about why do they help me so much, because they do help a ton on the farm. I've told y'all before I couldn't do it all without them, and that is just the facts. That's not me just pumping them up or trying to manipulate so they'll do more. That's just the truth. I couldn't do it all. I could not physically have enough time to do it all. But one of the things that came to mind was the fact that when we started all this, Lane and Emily were fairly young, but they were definitely not toddlers. They were up in the kid stage. And like I told you, we had always gardened and had a few chickens, but when we jumped off the deep end, I'll say, and we full-fledged started trying to raise our own food, it was for #1 reason was health, hands down. It had nothing to do with YouTube. It was before the days we even knew all of homesteading and all that was on YouTube. And so it was just 100% for health. So we get a lot of comments from people saying, I want to do this. I'm interested in gardening or chickens or raising meat or whatever, and my kids just aren't interested. And so I was thinking back to the beginning of our journey, how did we get ours interested? And it comes down to this. We did this for our health, and so we didn't give them a choice. It's just like if you decide as a parent to start eating healthy or implementing I don't know, anything, gluten-free or whatever you feel like is best for your family, they may not be like wanting to do that. You might not even include them in the discussion or the choice because you know that's what's best for your child. You just start doing it, and then they quickly just see there's no like big family meeting where you discuss, do y'all want to do this? You just start doing. And then just like with any other chores, you assign them little jobs to do with whatever it is, homesteading, or just like with anything else. If someone takes a new job, everyone else might have to pick up the slack and do the dishes or the laundry. It just kind of was the same way for us. It was just like, this is what we're doing, and we're just going to start doing. And they just came along and started doing a little bit here and there. Back then, they for sure didn't do all that they do now, but neither did we. We were new to it. So I would say if you are new to wanting to start this, don't start everything at once and expect your kids to go drive a tractor and put out hay and feed chickens and clean out nesting boxes and harvest the garden and till it up and blah, blah, blah. Don't expect all that at the beginning. Give them a small job. Just tell them that you want them to start feeding the chickens. And here's another really well-kept secret. It's probably not very well kept at all, but kids like to be paid. They like to be recognized for their work, their hard work. And so kids love money. They love to buy things that they choose, having their own money, being able to buy what they want with no judgment. And but you know what? If you can't afford to pay them, my kids over the years, they've loved to be paid in ways other than money as well. You can pay kids in so many variety of ways. You could just tell them after so many days of doing a good job, they're going to get a date with mom where you go just hang out with them and spend time with them. You can have just a movie night at home, just as a reward, a family movie night with make some popcorn, something like that. Just anything that you are doing to recognize their hard work. So that's my top advice, is just start. Just start as the parent, preparing that you are going to raise at least some of your food, even if it's a very small vegetable garden. That is huge. That's a huge deal, and you are should be commended for doing that and for thinking about doing that. And I would encourage you to follow through. Do it. This is the year to do it. It looks like we're all going to be at home a lot this winter. Get it planned out and get it started, and just encourage your kids to help you along the way and make it fun. I don't want to come across that I'm saying lay down an iron fist and demand help. Make it fun. Make it to where they want to help you and get things accomplished, and make good food out of those things that you harvest so that they will want to do those things. Because I know in our personal experience, out there in the hot summer sun, harvesting or weeding or anything like that, some kind of crop that they really rarely ever see you cook is pretty discouraging. And then I start thinking, why am I growing this or that? Because we don't even eat this. So just start thinking about things like that. Grow things you actually want to eat, and then cook those for your family. That is a big, huge first step. And finally, if it's your spouse that you're having trouble getting on board, that's a bit different. That's not as much like a child that you and your spouse say, hey, let's make this change for our health and let's do it. And then the kids just come alongside because that's what is expected of them. It's a bit different with your spouse. They may not be on board. They may not even be into being outside very much at all. And you know what? That is okay. We're all different. And I think we have to just accept that everyone's dreams are not the same as ours. But this funny thing happens when you get excited and passionate about something that maybe your spouse has never been into. You might have to start on your own, and I've told you all that before. My biggest advice is just start. Do it by yourself. There's power in just starting something by yourself, whether that's a healthy eating plan, whether that's a garden, whether that's a new venture, whatever. Start it with no expectation that someone's going to go with you and hold your hand. Just do it. You can do it. The power is in you to do it. And then I've heard countless stories of people that just started, and then their spouse saw what was taking place and the changes that were happening and all the wonderful things that were happening, and they did get on board eventually. And that there's just so many stories of that. It's not guaranteed to happen. So go into it by yourself, knowing you may be doing it by yourself, and be okay with that. Let them do their thing sometimes and you do yours. You don't have to grow apart or be separate or anything just because you're doing this one thing on your own. You can do it, and then just wait and see what happens. Hopefully they will come along with you. Find someone to bless and encourage today, because there's a lot of people out there that could use it. And I will see you guys on the next one. God bless.